Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And devil energy, this is a great way to begin. This is your driving force, right? I feel like you are driven by your creativity. There's something that's fueling this engine inside of you, okay? I think it's a generative drive, a creative drive. It feels like you are ambitious toward sort of making the world a better place, making your life a better life, alleviating suffering for yourself and others, improving the quality of life for yourself and others. I feel like you're a very driven person, okay? And the Devil card very often asks us to sort of analyze our motivations, right? So let's become aware of what really is driving us. What are we after? See, the Devil card gets kind of a bad rap in tarot, right? Because it's the devil, of course. Woo, scary. It could be a drive toward pleasure, a greed, a materialism, right? For you, I feel like it is a drive based on creativity. We're trying to generate something. We're trying to create something and produce something that's going to be of service to the world. Whether your world is just you or your family or your neighborhood or your community, your universe, right? So let's take a look at this card. This is the card really that you put this energy in front of any mountain, and it's going to climb it. That's what it does. It's going to climb the mountain all the way to the top. We just have to be aware of what mountain we're sort of putting ourselves in front of and why we want to climb this particular mountain, okay? So we're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. Oh, we got the Death card next. Interesting, okay. We've got, here's a Knight of Cups underneath everything. I feel another Sun card. The Knight of Cups, I think, is a very good sign because this kind of shows what is coming from underneath you, coming from inside of you. And I think it really is a passion to be of service. It's almost it's a compassion. It's almost an empathy, really. And then we've got the very cool. We got the Libra energy with the Adjustment card and the Fool. A lot of major arcana energy. This is your chance to level up. This is a new shift for you. I think that this is a big-time energy shift. Big-time energy shift as you purge. The Death card here is kind of purging the past, purifying, letting go of things that are no longer helping you on your path right now. This is really, that's a lot of major arcana. Over here we have a Two of Cups, love. I think love is your religion. These two cards at the very bottom supporting you, pushing you upward, yeah. Seven of Wands here. And of course we got the Emperor. And we have an Eight of Wands at the end here. The Eight of Wands to me kind of feels like the energy really is shifting right now. It feels like the energy that you've been encountering with the Seven of Wands has been kind of blocked. It's like we've been banging our head against a particular wall. And I think we're realizing that, okay, the energy needs to shift. There's a blockage here. So I feel like we are, with the Eight of Wands at the end here, we're shifting our energy slightly. And it's going to take us around this obstacle, which it feels like maybe there's a creative blockage. Maybe there is, the goat is on that mountain climb, and maybe there is, there's literally an impasse in front of us. There's a crevasse that we just feel like there's no way to safely cross this. Rather than doing something perhaps foolish and trying anyway to cross this particular hazard, I feel like the Emperor is sort of kicking in and saying, okay, you know what, there's a better way to do this. There is a more kind of surefire way to get things done, if you will. But the Fool energy is still a very, very good energy. And to me, I feel like this is you really freeing yourself, especially when we take it in connection with the Death card. So every card has to be sort of analyzed on its own. read on its own, we feel the energy of each individual card, but we also feel the energy of the cards as they connect with the cards that are around them. You see, and so this is really a wonderful spread for you. I do feel like your energy is shifting right now, and this is going to be really, really good. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here with Big Red Ant right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments. Okay. Let's take a look around the room. We've got a lot of majors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana energies. And then what do we have? Fire and water. Fire and water. Right? The water fueling the fire. And the fire realizing that maybe it's burning itself out, maybe it is trying to influence things that are not really able to influence. Sometimes this card, this is a real stand-up card. This energy is valor. This is like, I'm not giving up no matter what. I'm not a quitter. I think that in terms of your relationships, in terms of things in your environment, you're not willing to give up on anything. But I think the Death card is kind of asking you, what things have run their course? What things do you need to get rid of? What things have you been banging your head against the wall over? And we realize with the Death card, I just need to let it go. I just need to put it behind me so I can continue to move forward. So this card becomes, that wonderful quality of not giving up, not quitting, But sometimes this card, this energy, this part of us has to realize, okay, I've been trying to influence this particular situation or this particular person or event or this particular aspect of the path. I've been trying to change it. I've been trying to push through it or to, trying to overcome that obstacle. But sometimes this card is bringing to our awareness the idea that we can't control everything. Okay, so by staying here and trying to sort of force the situation, we're exerting this level of control, or trying to. And I think the universe is saying, no, you don't get to decide this part of the universe, right? This isn't something that you're capable of doing. So it's kind of like, this is something we have to go in a different direction with. Does that make sense? Because the thing about the Emperor, and I know I'm kind of starting all over the place here, but that's okay. It's my show. I can do that. The Emperor here is trying to learn what they can control and what they cannot control. And a good Emperor is one that's going to do every single thing in their power to make the world a better place, to do what's best for the realm, right? But the Emperor also has to know that sometimes the stuff happens, and there's nothing we can do about that. It's sort of, I don't know, what is it, Forrest Gump or something with the smiley face and the S word happens with the smiley face, right? And I think that's such a profound thing. Whoever invented that shirt in real life, I don't know who that was, or that kind of meme, I guess. A cultural meme from, what was it, like the 60s probably. Anyway, it's important that we realize that I'm going to do 100%. I'm going to give 150% of myself to try to do the very best that I can and direct my energy in an appropriate way. But when things happen that are outside of my control, the best thing for us to do, for the Emperor to do, is to not bang our head against that wall too many times, because it hurts, and because there's no way that our head is going to get through that brick wall, to then go the way of the Death card and say, I got to let it go. I've got to grieve and release. I've got to say, you know what? I'm learning my lesson here. This isn't something that I can force. It isn't something over which I have control. So the Death card becomes this, our ability to kind of recycle that energy that we've been putting into this relationship, whether it's with a person, a place, or a thing, or this aspect of the path, this thing in your environment. The Death card is able to recycle this energy and put it into a movement in a different direction, a creative problem solving here, right? This is not creative problem solving. This is brute force. This is saying, I know how to fix the TV. I'm going to bash it with a hammer. It used to work, right, back in the day. Not anymore. Not so much. And then, of course, the Eight of Wands is saying, well, maybe there's a different way to do it. Maybe I need to realize that I got to get creative here to solve this problem. Maybe the problem isn't that I need to fix the TV. Maybe it's that I have to go looking at something else, you know. So it's creative problem solving, whereas this is just the brute force. So the Death card is able to pull energy away from a certain activity and recycle that energy, reuse it towards something that is going to be more productive for you, right? Now, underneath the surface, of course, we have the Knight of Cups. This is your passion. This is your drive. This is the fuel that's fueling the engine of your Devil card, right? Because it's right underneath. And this is your desire for love and affection. This is really kind of a true essence of you. I think you're a very compassionate person, even if at the moment the compassion and the empathy perhaps isn't the tool you're using right now. You know what I mean? Because that doesn't go there. This is underneath the surface. This is something that is fueling your efforts. But what we see on the surface is more of a professional, kind of business-oriented sort of attitude. We see an ambition. And we kind of see a little bit of the Fool energy, the Fool is a really complex card because the Fool can be very free, very nonchalant. But sometimes that nonchalance can become inconsideration. It can become a little bit of foolishness. It can become kind of an attitude in the world that we don't really care about anything. I think people probably misunderstand you, and you've probably been told this, that you don't care about anything, right? And that feels like it really is a deep knife, a deep wound in us when people say that, because I find that you care about things a great deal, right? But it's not always wise for you in your life and in whatever you're doing in your life right now to wear your empathy or wear your compassion or wear your emotion and your care and your love on your sleeve. Okay, so sometimes the Fool is out there in the world as a way of interacting with the world that is not so affected by energy coming in. So if you are an empath, I feel like this is your ability to be out in the world and not just be absorbing every energy that's coming your way. This card's more about observation than absorption. Does that make sense? And so this is the sort of this is the persona that we wear. This is the energy that we project. The kind of fun and charismatic and just rather carefree energy, but you deeply care about things. And whatever you're doing in your life right now, you very deeply care about it. But that's what's fueling your ambition. That's what's fueling your ability to let go of things from the past. Now, with the Sun card in the past position, I feel like you had to let go of, or this is something that we're in the process of letting go of. See, all these cards are connected with each other, right? So the Sun card, I think, becomes a moment of enlightenment where you realized that fighting for this relationship is not going to be good for you. Okay, so this all, I think, is that moment that this energy is shifting. Because the Sun card to me feels like clarity, feels like a realization, feels like a aha moment where we learn something. This is the light bulb moment where we kind of like see everything for what it is. And so it's a moment of clarity. And I think that you saw that this is the moment where we're trying to hit the TV and get it to work. This is the moment, oh, I'm not supposed to be watching TV right now. So it kind of is that realization, that sudden eureka or aha moment of enlightenment where we realize that what we have been trying to fight for and trying to, mold in our particular, to our particular desire is not meant for us anymore. Okay? So the Sun card then becomes that moment of enlightenment where we realize that things need to be let go of, that it was something that was hindering our progress in life. And again, the Devil card is that card of creative drive. So it's about really you creating yourself and creating your personal reality. Okay, whether it's specifically you're trying to create a piece of art, you're trying to create a happy family, you're trying to create career success, whatever, however it manifests for you. The drive to create our life and our world, create our best selves and create our best life. Basically, right, the devil card is that drive. That drive to do better, to be better, to create something better here in the world, whatever that means to you, okay? And so the realization from the Sun card is that this thing that we've been fighting for and frustrated over is not meant for us anymore. It's a hindrance to what is our best life. It's kind of like we've been fighting really, really hard to keep this thing, but this thing's not good for us anyway. So it's like, wait a minute. Spirit's just saying, we let go of that. And right away we feel better. Right away we feel a little bit more free with the Fool energy, right, going forward. So we see the linear aspect of things, that the aha moment, letting go of the thing to recycle the energy, instantly makes us feel better, lighter, more free. And now we're free to go about our merry way, okay? The Libra energy at the top, this is the adjustment card. This is about the energy shifting. This is about realizing that maybe things have gotten a little bit too out of balance inside of us, and so we need to just bring things back into balance, that we need to shift the energy back to center, and that'll give us the clarity about which way to go. This card is also about the higher discernment. We're judging things. I know that's not a really nice thing to say, right? We are all judging things every moment of every day. We need to be, because every thought, word, and deed is creating our karma. Every thought, word, and deed in the present moment is creating who we are, where we are, and what we're doing in the future. So we have to be discerning. We have to be able to look at life, look at any single thing in life, and any choice we're about to make, any word we're about to say, and say, is this for the very best for my life and for the world? And is this a good choice or not? Some things are neutral, but even if something is neutral, it seems harmless, it seems neutral. Maybe we err on the side of caution and we just say, you know what, maybe it's not exactly neutral. Everything is kind of leaning one way or the other. And I think the better we get at this kind of discernment, the more of the subtle energy we can perceive. I think you're someone that can really, I think you can see energy, right? Spirit's saying that you can see, I don't know if colors are important to you. I kind of feel like you do color meditation, or you read auras, or you feel people's energy but in like a visual way. And I think the better we get at that, right? The more practice we get, the more we center ourselves and calm ourselves down, the more we can perceive the subtle differences. When you just look at it, oh yeah, scales are equal, 50-50. But when your eye gets really trained, you could be like, it's 49-51. Most people won't be able to see that difference, but I think you're tuning yourself to a very high sensitivity, energetically speaking, okay? And I think you can perceive that. I think you do color meditation. Spirit keeps showing me different colors. So I think you're someone that you kind of know what colors mean to you. Like everybody has a different relationship with color, right? Some people will see red and they'll think of calm and passion. Other people see red, they think anger, So I think you really know what colors mean to you. And I think you're able to sort of use that to your advantage, especially if you're going to, I don't know, I think the color gold, right, is very important to you. And so I feel like you might wear something that's that color, or you'll sit and meditate and meditate on that color, or you'll surround yourself with a particular color in order to influence your energy, right? And to bring yourself into maybe the gold is the creative color for you. I'm not sure. But this is that higher discernment. It's our ability to say yes or no to things based on that higher wisdom that's telling us this is taking me in the right direction, or this is not taking me in the right direction. Okay, and we all need to do that. We're not judging something's intrinsic value, but its relative value for us in our lives and in what our purpose is right now. Okay, now let's talk about the path of the serpent. Your general energy is the Two of Cups, and Two of Cups is love, right? And this is kind of like every decision we make, we're weighing the love here. Is this the most positive choice, the most loving, the most connected choice that I can make? Or is this, something else? And especially when we're talking about this Seven of Wands here, with these two are connected, obviously, right? your general energy and sort of your relationship that we're talking about in the outside world, the Two of Cups and the Seven of Wands is the love that you have for this. And sometimes we love something so much and we want it so much and we have this desire, we have this urge to merge with it, but sometimes Spirit says, no, that's something that we love it. We have to let go of that for our own sake, for the sake of the world, for what's better for everybody. Sometimes we have to let go of things. And I don't know if this is talking about a person, a place, a thing, a habit, an aspect of the path, or what exactly, an idea, a belief, maybe. Okay. But for your own self-love and for the love of your path, your life, your world, your people around you, I mean, whatever your context, this is something we have to realize is blocking our love, blocking our path toward success, right? Towards the fulfillment, towards the goal that we have, the top of the mountain. But you're a very loving person, okay? And I think that this, between these two, it really is an empathic energy for you. And I think that in some ways, now Spirit's saying that sometimes you love so deeply and so strongly that sometimes it sort of prompts you to keep people at a distance sometimes. So I'm kind of feeling that with these two cards together too. That we are so sensitive to the energy from other, and we love so strongly that sometimes you keep a distance between yourself and people, right? And I think that might be part of the realization that's taking place and part of the energy that's shifting for you. Because sometimes the Seven of Wands is really, as much as we think it's about us continuing to connect with something, it could also be kind of the opposite thing, that it's just kind of like we're not allowing ourselves to connect with something. So that blockage becomes us holding ourselves back from something, okay? Now, I do think that there is a relationship with something in your environment that you do need to let go of in order for you to appropriately connect with what is really meant for you, okay? And I think that's kind of that's the driving force in you right now, is this desire to really connect, whether the Two of Cups is manifesting as romance or friendships or connecting with your purpose, connecting with yourself. This is a divine love, this is a self-love, this is a romantic love, and a platonic love, okay? This is all love. And love is the glue that holds things together. Love is the magnetism that brings things together. And then love is also the glue that holds it there, right? And this is your general energy right now. So we have to understand what those blockages are that are preventing us from doing that, from having that, okay? And then where we might have too much attachment right now to something that really isn't meant for us. And the Emperor has to be discerning and has to use. So you have very cool, you have Aries and Libra here, which are two opposite signs. So to me, these two kind of represent this idea of wholeness. And the Emperor here is in the position of the obstacle. And this card's all about taking control and making decisions that are maybe not loved by everybody, right? It's like you can't please all the people. It's kind of an emperor axiom. You can't please all the people all the time. But this is the card that says, I have to take control. I have to do what is best for me and my family, my neighborhood, my community, my universe. And sometimes that's going to piss some people off. Sometimes that's not going to make everybody else happy, you know? And so with this card, I kind of feel like you're stepping into your power. You're taking charge of your life. And you're going to find a creative solution to your current the current energy blockage, the current impasse that you feel right now. Okay, so the Emperor is really the energy we need. It's in the position of the obstacle, but it is what we need right now. Okay, and in another sense, the Emperor is the idea that we don't want anybody else to decide for us. Okay, so I don't know if there's a situation in your life where you have made the right decision, you know what you want to do, but it's almost like somebody else is kind of calling the shots. It's like you have this Libra energy, you have the discernment, and you say, I know the right thing to do. But then why haven't we done it? That's what I want to know. Is somebody else kind of steering the boat? Is somebody else driving the car, right? Is somebody else sort of like Like you make the decisions, but somebody else is saying, no, I don't like that decision. We're doing something else, right? So I feel like there is kind of an energy clash here. Now, the Eight of Wands at the end, that becomes the creative problem solving. That becomes this idea that we cannot do nothing. Banging our head against this current wall is not helping us. So this becomes if we don't discharge this energy, it becomes anxiety, right? Because this is like, we got the jazz hands. We're like, I know I need to do something. I know what to do, but perhaps there's something blocking you from taking this action. This is about getting creative and getting through this impasse or around this blockage, knowing that the current method you're using isn't the right method. So we've got to find, you have a lot of arrows in your quiver. We've got to find a different tool in the toolbox to use. Maybe this is really the realization that, no, you pack up your tools, this isn't the job for you. Right? It's kind of like sometimes we have to admit that, you know what, this is not my expertise. This is not what I'm meant to do. I don't have a tool in here that's going to fix that. That's not my job to even fix it. It's like you're an electrician and then you realize that, oh, sorry customer, this is a plumbing problem. And I'm not a plumber, I'm an electrician. So you take your stuff, you go home, you say, call a plumber, right? Go back to the office. Kind of feels like that going on right now. Okay. Let's look at the mystery card. Mystery card. I guess I want to see more love, right? I want to see more water energy. I don't think we need any more fire. We don't need any more major arcana. Let's see some good love energy. Let's see a Six of Cups. I want a Six of anything would be great, right? If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. It's a Five of Swords. Okay. Five of Swords is good because it shows that we are having the conversation, right? It shows that we're thinking about things in a different way. And we didn't have any air energy here. We had the sort of the Libra air energy and the Fool air energy. And, you know, these two cards together kind of saying like, I know the right direction, but the Fool is just saying I'm going to wander around aimlessly anyway. So we have a little bit of air energy, but now we actually have like the intentional thought. We have now a little bit of the mental stress, right? Because we realize, something's got to change. What am I doing? How is this energy shifting? And how do I need to take advantage of this energy shift? And it feels like we're having the conscious thoughts now, and we're formulating a plan. That's what this card is about. It's a 5 on its way to a 6. It's not a 4, which is saying, I'm not even going to bother thinking about it. I don't even want to think about it. The 5 is saying, okay, I'm thinking about it now. And then the 6, of course, would be, I've got the plan. I've harmonized this. I've plotted a course. I've charted a course here. So I think here, we're cogitating on it, right? And we're going to develop a plan. And I think this is a really, really good energy for you. I think it's exactly what we need, given all of the major arcana and the fire-water sort of clash a little bit. Well, the fire and the water, what does it create? Air, right? Air is when we're trying to reconcile the water and then the fire. It's like you have this desire, you have all this love, but then you've got this fire energy that's sort of getting in the way. And you mix that together, you get a little bit of steam. You get some cogitation and you get a plan going, okay? Now, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. We're going to do an Jing reading. We'll do some oracle cards. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are free. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and I'll see you again very soon.